Hello, algebra students. Okay, so we're back for day 3 of our final review. 3 quick questions. This shouldn't take too long. Okay, first problem. Find the area of the following shape. The following shape is a rectangle. And the formula for a rectangle is 1/2 base times. Oh, that's a triangle. Cross that out. Don't listen to me. Too early in the morning. Area equals base times height. That's the area. Wait, so I just have to do this? Well, which is the base, which is the height? Honestly, in a rectangle and a square, it doesn't matter. But for this case, this is the height, this is the base. You can reverse them for a rectangle. I think the question on the final exam will be a rectangle. So when I do a review, I do the instructions for the question. Remember, I have it on video for the final. I'll have a video and I'll put that on there. I'll remember that. You can write that to the side if you want on a piece of paper to remember that way if you want. So I'm going to say the base here is 13. The height is 17. Now, it has 2 sets of congruent sides. So if you want to think of it this way, we also have this. So 17, 17, 13, 13. So this could be the base and this could be the height if you want to think of it that way. Now what happens here is it just becomes a simple multiplication problem. But I don't know how to do 17 times 13 in my head. Well, I can't. I just don't want to waste a ton of time doing that. So what I'm going to do is use my calculator here. I just do 17 times 13. That's really the extent of it. And I get the area of 221. Now I look at the units. This is in meters. And for area, it is squared. That's it. Question 1. Done. Okay, so look at it. I think you guys can handle that one. Okay, next one. Well, that was on question 7. This is question 8. Okay, cross sections again. Remember, this is going back to my experience, our experiences doing cross sections, right? Imagine an object maybe made out of Play-Doh, and we're cutting it with a knife. Here it is cutting nice and straight across. Now you have to imagine what would happen if you took this top off and you looked at it like this. Well, if you cut here, what shape is here? There's a circle, right? So as you keep cutting straight across this way into the page, you make circles that get smaller and smaller and smaller. So the answer is D, a circle. Now, to also take into account, could you have a triangle? Well, you could have a triangle with this shape if you cut from the top all the way down, straight through the middle. Could get a triangle that way, but not this way you're cutting, if you cut straight down the middle. Semicircle, I think, would require 2 units, 2 cuts. Maybe if you cut this way, then you cut that way, you might get a semicircle. A square, I can't even imagine how you would get a square out of it. You can get an oval out of it if you cut it like this, on an angle. You could potentially get an oval. Interesting thought. But for our case, I want you to imagine in your mind that this is a stick of butter or a piece of Play-Doh, and it's formed into this shape, and you're taking a knife, and you are cutting it that way. And then you look at what the cut would look like on the inside. It would look like a circle. One more. Volume. Okay. Find the volume of a cylinder. Well, there's a formula for the volume of a cylinder. And of course, I will give this to you. Pi r squared h. Now, this is a little bit complicated. Very, very slightly. Now, pi is just a number. I have to find, though, r and h. Well, this in this case here, because it's an upright, regular cylinder, 13 is my height. The problem is with the r. Now in r, a radius goes from here to here. Okay? This 12 represents the diameter. So I have to realize that this 12 is really cut in half. And it becomes a 6. So 12 divided by 2 equals 6. Pi. So now I can do this. Pi 6 squared times 13. This one doesn't say leave in terms of pi, so I use my calculator and I say pi 6. I can leave the square inside there. 13. And I get this number, 1,470 1,470. I'll round it to the nearest foot. But in case of volume, we don't do square feet, we do cubic feet. So you can write 1470 feet cubed or 1470, sometimes I see it like this, cubic feet. Okay. All right, guys, have a good one. Good job. I will talk to you tomorrow. We're getting in there.